this video, I'll be showing you how to mod a Nintendo 3DS. Modding a 3DS lets you unlock the full extent of the console to run and install homebrew applications, manage themes, overclock, and more. Now it's important to note that although I'm using an old Nintendo 3DS XL, this guide will work for any new or old model of the Nintendo 2DS and 3DS. To start things off, a few items will be needed in order to mod your 3DS. The first, you will obviously need either a 3DS or a 2DS console. Secondly, you will need a micro SD card as well as a micro SD card converter. And lastly, you will need a micro SD to USB converter for file transfers from a computer to your device. Alright, now to get into modding your DS. First, we will need to check if our SD card is using a FAT32 file system. As you can see, mine is not using a FAT32, it's using exFAT, so we'll have to download an application to format my SD card. So first we'll navigate to this website linked below and download Rufus. Once installed, open Rufus and select your SD card. Likewise, ensure that non-bootable and MBR are selected. Under File System, here we will change the SD card from large FAT32. If all looks good, then we can hit Start to format the card. To double check that this was successful, we'll go back to the SD card and click Properties. Here, it should say FAT32 now. Now we can go ahead and eject the SD card from our computer, which we will then put into our 3DS. Once the 3DS is booted up, we're first going to go into Settings and set up a Wi-Fi connection. After Wi-Fi is enabled, we'll then go into other settings and update our system to the latest software. Now that this is complete, we can hit OK and go back into settings. Within settings, we will now pay attention and write down the software version displayed in the top screen of the 3DS. We can now shut down the 3DS and take out the SD card and put it into our computer. On our computer, we are first going to visit this GitHub page and download the zip file. Within the zip file, we are going to copy everything over to the root of our SD card. Next, we'll need to install Python. If you're on Windows, you can go ahead to the Microsoft Store and install the latest version. Now that Python is downloaded, we'll head back over to the SD card and open the MSET9 Windows batch file. Here you're going to choose a number based on the type of DS you have and its software. Afterwards, we'll select option 1 again to create the MSET9 ID, and then once the ID is created, we will then select 1 to confirm. Now we can click Enter and Exit to put our SD card back into our 3DS. Once booted up, we'll first go into MeMaker. Afterwards, we'll hit the Home button and navigate right to Settings, where we'll select Data Management, Nintendo 3DS, and Software. When prompted, we can hit the Reset button. Once that is complete, we'll turn off our device and take the SD card back over to our computer. We can now boot up MSET9 and choose the same option we did previously for this step. Here we will see that it says MSET9 State is labeled as ready. With that, we can select 0 and exit and take the SD card back into our DS. On our DS, we're going to go back into settings, and this time we are going to select extra data management. Now this is very important. On this screen, we are going to keep our device on while we take our SD card out and put it back into our computer. Here, we're going to go back into MSET9 and using the same method as before, except this time we will select option 3 to inject the trigger file. Afterwards, pop the SD card back into the DS while the DS is still on. You should now automatically be brought to a screen that looks like mine. In order to proceed, use your D-pad to follow the code listed at the top of the DS screen. On the Luma3DS Configurations page, we can keep everything default, so we'll go ahead and scroll down to Save and Exit, which will automatically reboot your device. From there, we'll power off the device and take the SD card back into our computer. Within MSET9, you should notice the state is now changed to Injected. Choose the fourth option, which is to remove the trigger file. A fifth option should now appear, which we will now select to remove MSET. Before we plug the SD card back into our device, you'll first want to go to the following link and download the two files shown here. After the download is complete, move the Finalize ROM-F file to the root of the SD card and the X-Finalize file to the Luma payload folder. Eject the SD card back into the DS. Now back on the DS, we're going to hit the left control bumper, down on the D-pad, and select all at the same time. Within the Rosalina menu, scroll down to Miscellaneous and click Dump DSP Firmware. Next, go up and select Nullify User Time Offset. After completion, back out to the DS page and power off of your device. Now, when we go back to power on our 3DS, we'll now click X and power at the same time to enter God mode. You can see we are now in the root folder of God mode. Hit the home button of the DS and select Scripts, then Finalize. You'll know this is complete when you're brought to this page. Now we can click A to power down the device and take out the SD card. On our computer, we are going to go into the GM9 Backups folder on our SD card. Now we're going to create a new folder on our desktop and call it 3DS Backups and transfer these files into there. These files essentially serve the purpose if you ever brick your device, you can back it up again and restore it. When the transfer is complete, take out the SD card one last time and put it back into your 3DS. On the 3DS, you can see we have some new apps or presents to open. This means you have successfully modded your DS, as all of these are Homebrew apps. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail of what these apps do in this video. However, in the future, I will make a video highlighting some of my favorite Homebrew apps. With that, I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.